All right, folks, today's the day. It's raining outside, and thought I would talk to you about another Paul Reed Smith guitar. Today, I'm going to run you through the ins and outs of the Vela. This is a 2018 version. Picked it up used, but I've loved every second of it. And it is a great guitar all the way around. Everybody online sort of calls this the Paul Reed Smith Telly, so to speak, because it does have the plate bridge and it's very snappy. One-piece body, mahogany, which is not a very Telly style thing, but guys, Sing does way more than just sound like a Telly. I think it really has its own voice. So the first thing we'll talk about on the Vela is honestly the shape. And as you see, it is offset. A little bit goofy for the Paul Reed Smith thing. I know a lot of people sort of find the pick guard to be polarizing. They either love it or they hate it, or they wish they could get a custom shop version. I'm sorry, I guess it's private stock with Paul Reed Smith. We could get one without the pick guard. And I got to be honest with you, I've told you guys before, I come from Fender guitars, growing up playing Strats and Tellys. It doesn't bother me a bit. I like it. I think it has a far more vintage vibe with the pickguard. I like it. The back of the guitar, really, really cool. I love this elongated thing. Most of the Paul Reed Smiths come straight across, and I like it. I think it's just different enough to be unique. I think it has a really comfortable playing feel. Probably one of the more comfortable guitars that I've had to sit and hold. Its thing is super duper light. 22 frets. It's a 25-inch scale. It is mahogany. Width of the fretboard at the body is 2 1/4. Width at the nut is almost 2. It's actually listed as 1 21/32. So if you could find that on a ruler, you're better than me. I have no idea what that means. I don't see a weight listed, and I did not weigh it. So with that, we're going to have to guess, and I will throw this out there, and I can be wrong, so don't crucify me on this. But this thing weighs way under 5 3/4 to 6 pounds at the absolute most. Really, really light guitar. I can be wrong on that, but that's sort of like my Strat's 2 pounds heavier. The new DGT that I got, the SE, is definitely heavier by maybe a pound, pound and a half. This is a light guitar. It's very comfortable to play for a long period of time. This is my go-to for a mixed set. It does have a humbucker. It's got this D-style single coil, which I like. The neck pickup to me is very warm, very responsive. It's not like sluggish in any way. Sometimes sort of a low output single coil a lot of times can feel a little flat, but this one definitely isn't. Starting on the bridge, we're going to have a clean tone. Right here it is. All right, going to the middle position. Neck. All right, this does offer a coil split. So let's go back to the bridge position, which is, here you go, clean again. We're gonna split that. Really nice tones. It is a little bit less volume for sure when you split. Just a touch drop in the volume, but that's pretty normal when it comes to coil splits. When you go that in the middle, and then the split, so the coil split in the middle position is one of my favorite spots on the guitar. I use this guitar a lot at church, as I've told you guys before. That's the biggest part of what I do, is I'm a church musician. I've got a conference coming up in just a few days. I will be taking this guitar because it does a lot of stuff. You can get tons of clarity, and for most of this modern worship stuff that we're playing now, it just needs super clear stuff. Articulation is big. It can do the jangly sort of gospel things. It covers everything that I need without being over the top. So if I take the CE or the DGT, it's probably a little bit more than I'll need. I'll probably end up spending, 60% of my time with edge of breakup / clean playing. Not a lot bad with the guitar for sure. If you're debating on whether or not to get one, I would say there's no debate. Just go get one. It's a fantastic guitar. You're not going to be unhappy with it. It is US made. It's one of the S2 lines. I hear that they use slightly cheaper electronics. I haven't had any issues. I don't think that there's any issues with my experience. Everything's been fantastic. So let's talk about the debate as to whether or not the guitar is Telly-like. So on the bridge, I've got a little bit more of a country sound dialed in. Initially, I would say no. I mean, that's not a crazy country tone. I'm certainly thinking of like Keith Urban, Brad Paisley, Brent Mason, those players. It's not putting out that vibe for me. You can always tailor a little bit more to that with the coil split engaged. I guess there's a little bit in there, and if you were a really traditional like finger picking country artists, you might could get a little more. I don't sell myself as a country guitar player, and it's probably just a little bit too much gain anyway for this particular setup. Could it do some chicken picking stuff? I'm sure you could get that out of it if you wanted to. But I certainly wouldn't use this guitar as a country guitar. That being said, most modern country now, you can play just about anything. I see more guys on stage playing Les Pauls and Paul Reed Smiths, McCartys and things, DGTs, than I do guys playing Tellys. So if you're looking for a, traditional, Telly replacement, this is probably not it. You could certainly get some tones out of it that may have some country things, but I think this has its own sound. Honestly, it's very, very nice, very all the way around on point. I really like this single coil though up top. All right, guys, just to close out really, really short here. Didn't want this video to be way too long for you. The Vela, fantastic. I like it all the way around. Does tons of usable things. And $1,700 brand new. Pick one up used for under $1,000, and you will definitely not be dissatisfied in any way. One of the best bang for the buck guitars. We actually picked this one up used for less than $700, and at that price, it was absolutely ridiculous not to get it. Great guitar. Pick it up. Probably not my best review I've ever done on this thing, but if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. And thanks for stopping by, checking out the channel. Give me a like, subscribe if you haven't. Thank you so much.